I'm Amelia. Today, we're going to talk about why you can't get over your ex. So, we're going to talk about one of the most painful human experiences, heartbreak. But we're going to look at it through a lens you may have never considered before. The relationship is over. You know you deserve better. And yet you can't stop. You can't stop checking their social media, hoping for a sign. You can't stop rereading old text messages, searching for clues. Your mind plays a constant highlight reel of the good times, conveniently editing out all the pain. There is a physical ache in your chest, a constant low-level obsession that feels impossible to break. You tell yourself you should be stronger. Your friends tell you to just get over it. But you can't. Why? Why does it hurt this much? Why is it so hard to let go, even when you know it's the right thing to do? What if I told you that what you're experiencing is not just emotional pain? It's a real physiological withdrawal. Your brain, on a chemical level, became addicted to the emotional highs and lows of your relationship, and now it's in detox. Today, we are going to explore the powerful concept of relationship addiction. Understand why breaking up can feel like breaking a chemical dependency. I'll give you a practical 3-step path to achieving what we call emotional sobriety. And finally, truly beginning to heal. To understand this, we need to talk about brain chemistry. In our previous video, we discussed the anxious avoidant dynamic, a roller coaster of connection and withdrawal. This very pattern is what creates the perfect storm for addiction. First, there's dopamine, the molecule of craving and reward. In a volatile relationship, the moments of connection are unpredictable. This is called intermittent reinforcement. You never know when you're going to get a payout of affection. This unpredictability makes the eventual reward feel even more potent, flooding your brain with dopamine and making you desperately crave the next hit. Then there's oxytocin and cortisol. Oxytocin is the bonding hormone, released during moments of closeness and intimacy. Cortisol is the stress hormone, released during conflict and distance. In a volatile relationship, you are in a constant cycle of high cortisol during the anxious waiting, followed by the relief of oxytocin when you finally reconnect. Then there's oxytocin and cortisol. Oxytocin is the bonding hormone, released during moments of closeness and intimacy. What's less known is that oxytocin doesn't just create feelings of love and attachment, it also sharpens memory for social interactions. Every hug, every reconciliation, every whispered promise becomes chemically tagged as significant, reinforcing the bond even when logic tells you it's unhealthy. Cortisol is the stress hormone, released during conflict and distance. In a volatile relationship, you are in a constant cycle of high cortisol during the anxious waiting, followed by the relief of oxytocin when you finally reconnect. Cortisol, on the other hand, isn't just about stress in the moment. This means the more time you spend in a high-stress relationship, the harder it becomes to think clearly or make rational decisions about it. Together, oxytocin and cortisol create a powerful chemical push-pull, one hormone deepening your attachment, the other clouding your judgment. It's a biochemical trap, keeping you hooked not just emotionally, but biologically. Understanding this cycle is the first step toward breaking it. This powerful cycle of stress and relief creates what psychologists call a trauma bond. It's a powerful chemical bond that can be mistaken for deep love, but is actually rooted in shared anxiety and relief. So when the relationship ends, your brain doesn't just lose a person, it loses its primary source of powerful addictive chemicals. The obsessive thoughts, the constant checking of their phone, the desperate need for contact. These are not signs that they were your soulmate. These are the very real symptoms of a brain in withdrawal. So how do you heal? You don't get over an addiction by willpower alone. You need a recovery plan. Step 1. The no contact detox. This is the hardest and most important step. Every time you look at your ex's social media, reread an old text, or ask a mutual friend about them, you are giving your brain a tiny hit of the drug. It provides a momentary flicker of connection that eases the pain for a second, but it completely resets your withdrawal process. Going no contact is the act of starving the addiction of its fuel. The action plan: mute or block their profiles on all social media. Archive or delete your text threads. Put away physical photos and mementos. This is not an act of anger or immaturity. This is a necessary medical procedure for your emotional health. You are creating a clean, sterile environment for your brain to begin rewiring itself without the constant temptation of a relapse. It will be painful at first, but it is the only way to break the chemical dependency. Step 2. Grieve the dream, not just the reality. This is a crucial distinction. When we're in the pain of withdrawal, our brain creates a highlight reel. It only shows us the good times, the laughter, the moments of connection. We start to believe that we lost the perfect relationship, but you didn't. You lost the potential of what you hoped it could be. You are grieving a dream, a fantasy. And it's essential to confront that fantasy with the truth. The action plan. Start the reality journal. Take a piece of paper and draw a line down the middle. On one side, write down a happy memory that your brain keeps replaying. Now, on the other side, write down how you actually felt most of the time in that relationship. Did you feel anxious, unseen, on edge? Did you have to shrink yourself to keep the peace? By writing down the full, balanced truth, you are giving your brain the data it needs to counteract the fantasy. You are reminding yourself that you are not withdrawing from a perfect love story. You are withdrawing from a painful, exhausting dynamic. Step 3. Rebuild yourself and find new fountains. A relationship addiction often takes hold when that one person becomes your primary or even your only source of validation, excitement, and purpose. When they leave, they take your whole world with them. The final step of healing is to build new, healthy, sustainable sources of those good chemicals, your own dopamine pipelines. This is the journey of coming home to yourself. The action plan: reconnect with the person you were before the relationship. What did you love to do? What hobbies did you let go of? Re-engage with friends you may have neglected. Set and achieve a small personal goal. Every time you get a sense of accomplishment from your career, a feeling of connection from your friendships, or a moment of joy from a hobby, you are teaching your brain a vital lesson. I am my own source. My happiness does not depend on one person's presence. You are not just distracting yourself. You are actively rewiring your brain's reward system. Healing from a relationship like this is a profound journey. It is a process of detoxification, of confronting fantasy with truth, and of rebuilding your sense of self, piece by piece. The goal of a breakup is not just to get over someone. It's to use the empty space they left behind to grow into a version of yourself that is so whole, so fulfilled, and has so much self-worth that you would never settle for a relationship that makes you feel that small or that anxious again. Your heartbreak is not an ending. It is a profound and powerful beginning. The beginning of a relationship with the one person who will be with you for the rest of your life, yourself. If you've ever experienced this, please share one thing that helped you heal in the comments. Your story matters. And for more insights on building a life of clarity and connection, make sure you subscribe.